Hey guys, this is Smriti. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome, and if you guys have already been subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Today's video is going to be a super exciting one. I'm going to talk about my number one product from my top favorite high-end brands. Now, I'm going to do this video in like sections, I would say, because I thought we're going to tackle 5 brands today and then we'll do it like an episode. So this would be my first episode. Now, if you guys want to see how I achieve this look using these products, especially if you guys have textured skin, I would highly recommend you guys to watch this video. So if you guys want to see which are my top 5 products from these brands, then please keep on watching. The first brand that I have to recommend is from NARS, and the product is their foundation. And this is their NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I am in the shade Aruba, which is medium 6. And this is for medium to medium deep skin with a rich olive undertone. This foundation is very smooth on the skin, especially if you guys have texture on your skin, which I do have a lot of texture on my skin. This gives such a soft matte finish, but it doesn't feel like super matte on the skin. The name says it's a radiant foundation. That radiance term in that foundation, I think, is just to give like a skin-like finish on the skin. It has an absolute wonderful coverage. This is the foundation that I wear for any special occasions, for any interviews. If I want my makeup to last for the whole day, that's basically what I do. So I personally love this shade on me. So if you guys are my foundation twin, I would say Aruba is a very nice foundation match for me. The second brand that I have to mention is One Size, and this has quickly become my favorite. I'm pretty sure you all can guess what the product is. Their loose translucent setting powder. Now I only have like a sample version of it, and you guys have seen this a lot of times. This is in the shade translucent, and this sample size has 2 grams of product. I basically do use this only under my eyes. That's why I still have a lot of product, but I use it pretty regularly, especially when I have like breakouts and all happening on my skin and I have a lot of texture. This is the one that smooths out my texture completely. Today, I use this on my entire face. So you guys can see it's giving very soft matte kind of a finish, again with like a blurring effect. Again, people with textured skin, hyperpigmentation, I think this powder will be absolutely wonderful on you. I have a combo skin type, but I feel combo skin, oily skin, normal to dry skin, everybody can use this powder because it's such finely milled powder. I absolutely love it. There is no doubt that I'm going to buy a full size of it as soon as I run out of this. Next, let's talk about Makeup by Mario. Now, guys, in my review video for Makeup by Mario, I was highly leaning towards the bronzer, and for a reason. The tone, it's absolutely beautiful. It has a very golden tan undertone. I just love this bronzer so much because of that neutral undertone. And this is called their Soft Sculpt Bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium Dark. This powder is made in Italy, and that speaks volume. I love the complexion products that are made in Italy because they're so finely milled. It just blends by itself on the skin. Again, it doesn't emphasize any texture. It blurs out the skin and also gives such a beautiful tan to the skin. I absolutely love it. But I also wanted to mention their highlighters, which I'm wearing today. So I am going to say both of them are on number 1. I mean, am I cheating? I don't know, but I definitely wanted to mention this too. And this is in the shade Golden, and it is called their Soft Glow Highlighter. This is the highlighter that I'm wearing today. Even though if I have texture on my skin, this is undetectable. It's just undetectable, especially when you use like a dense brush like this. And this is the brush that I use for my highlighter today. When the brush is dense, it just buffs onto your skin without any effort, and it doesn't sit on your skin. It just melts into your skin like no other and gives such a glow from within kind of a look. When you are like right in front of me, like very close to me, you still cannot see the powder that the highlighter is sitting on my face. Like I'm watching myself in the magnifying mirror, but I still cannot feel that I have like highlighter on my face, if you know what I mean. The pearls are so finely milled. I was very skeptical in the review video about this. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't know if it's my favorite. but I have not stopped using it since the video, which speaks a lot. I mean, whenever I have texture, this is the one that I'm running towards, and this is the highlighter. As I told you, I'm wearing on my face as well as on my nose. It gives a beautiful glow on your face, but without emphasizing the texture. So I absolutely love it. The next brand that I have to talk about is M Cosmetics, and I actually love everything that M Cosmetics makes, but I specifically have to mention about their Heaven's Glow blush, and this specifically I have in the shade Venetian Rose. Now this, even though it's a glowy blush, I am wearing this today. It just gives a subtle glow without emphasizing the texture, and that's the one quality that I really love about this blush. Even if you are not a highlighter person, I would say just use this, and this would give you a good glow without being like too extra. I absolutely love this. Now, if you guys have like major texture on your skin, I would actually go with more of a matte blush that also blurs the texture but also doesn't feel like super matte on the skin. And for that, I would suggest the Pat McGrath blushes. This is definitely on a higher side, and this is called the Skin Fetish Divine Blush in the shade Cherish. I really like this blush. The only reason why I ranked this low in my previous video, I hope that is up on my channel. I will link it in the iCards above for you guys if you've not watched it. This gives such a beautiful matte finish. It's a very soft matte finish. It doesn't look dead by any means. I mean, such a beautiful shade of the blush. And this shade Cherish is so beautiful on the skin. I cannot even say. But I today use the M Cosmetics blush, but I definitely wanted to mention this also. This is not my favorite product from Pat McGrath, but for the people of texture, I would definitely recommend this. The Pat McGrath blushes actually come in two finishes. One is more of a pearlized finish and one is more of like a matte finish, and this one is the matte finish that I would suggest because I personally do not have the pearlized finish blushes with me. Because I do have texture, I would suggest matte blushes for you guys. It's a basic thumb rule. If you have texture on your skin, apply more powder rather than creams, because creams would emphasize the texture on the skin a little more. So once the skin settles down a little bit, that's when I go with my cream products. Although I'm a big fan of cream products too. Now the next brand that I have to talk about is Sigma Beauty, and I have to mention their eyeshadow palettes. I am a big fan of their eyeshadow palettes, guys. I love their Cor de Rosa palette, and I have fallen in love with this Warm Neutrals palette too. This is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. Today I had a call, so I have made it like super simple. I applied Toasty on the crease of my eyelid and just buffed it in my crease, just like a transitioning shade. Then I applied henna on my outer corners just to deepen up the outer corners. And I also bought that on my lower lash line. And then I applied the shade called Bittersweet, which is more of that bronzy coppery tone all over my inner third of my eyelids. After that, I took the shade which is called Humble, and I love this shade when this kind of a shade is in a palette. This is definitely like my most used shade in the palette, I would say. I always use this in every eye look just to buff out the edges of the eye look so that it can like smoothly flow into the brow bone. I absolutely love that shade. And then as a inner corner highlight, I use the same Makeup by Mario highlight. And that's my eye look today. And I have definitely been such a big fan of Sigma this 2021 because I tried them in 2021 and I'm like, why did I not try them before? Because their quality is so good. I cannot recommend them enough. I absolutely feel that I have to do so many more episodes because these are not the only brands that I really like, but I definitely wanted to start with this. By the way, I finished my lips by using Maybelline's Raw Chocolate. So that's the only thing that is drugstore here. But I thought that that would complement this eye look really well. But yes, if you guys like this video, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 times a week, generally on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. But until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!